What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another video for you guys. Now, this is an update video on the Houston Rodeo video that I recently posted about a lot of the risque outfits that a lot of these women were wearing at this family event. So recently, the Houston Rodeo has implemented a new dress code to address the scandalous outfits that these women were wearing at this family function. So I want to give you the details, or play for you the details of what they're saying and why this dress code was implemented and how this is going to affect the way these particular scandalous outfits are being portrayed at this type of event. Now, keep in mind, this is a family event. There are children out here. There are grandfathers and grandmothers. There are elderly people out here. There are all types of people from all walks of life at this event. This is a family event that takes place in Houston, and the type of attire that they were seeing was not conducive to this type of event. But I want to get into what they're saying, why this was implemented, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it because I'm pretty sure you already know why. And then I'll give my 2 cents on it, you guys. But this is crazy. First off, that they have to implement a damn dress code because people don't know how to dress. People are just so happy and anxious and ready to come to these family events with their ass cheeks out, so they don't know how to control themselves. And it's just ridiculous that you don't know how to dress appropriately for certain events. But yeah, I want to get into what the people had to say. Definitely chime in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the hype button, you guys. Hype the video up. That definitely helps the channel. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
It's a bit chilly today, but the heat has definitely been on out here at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. But make no mistake, it's never a day at the beach. It's the rodeo. And that means dressing the part.
The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is known for boots, hats, and family tradition. But this year, some attire is turning heads for the wrong reasons.
I saw it when I came last time. It was disgusting.
Wait, you said you saw it?
Yeah.
What have you seen here? Some of the things that you think you shouldn't
Stuff
have
that
seen?
should have been hanging out, that shouldn't have been hanging out, that should have been covered up, that I'm a woman and I was looking.
From outfits that some say show too much,
The things I've been seeing just it's not appropriate at all.
to a reminder from officials, this event is meant for everyone.
Western attire.
You don't have to go full Western, but leaving little to the imagination isn't the look they're going for.
We didn't put a lot of specifics, but we know what's right and what's not right. And think about it from a family experience. And it needs to be appropriate that what would others say when they see you in it?
We checked in with folks across the grounds, and most say the expectation makes sense.
There's kids here not just with their families, but with school also.
Even with temperatures climbing, people tell us there are ways to stay cool without crossing the line.
There have been some inappropriate outfits where a little too much skin is showing for kids to really take in, so there should be some sort of controls around that.
If you do decide to show up here in outfits that look like your birthday suits, you will be asked to leave, and don't even think about coming here appropriately and then trying to change into something more scantily clad, because you'll be kicked out too. Remember, folks, the idea is looking good is great, but dressing appropriately is always in style. Reporting from NRG Park, Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.
Right. And it's a shame that you have to tell grown people this, that you have to tell people how to dress when it comes to certain events. And see, this goes into the idea of certain women not wanting any accountability and not wanting anybody to tell you anything, to the point so now that it's getting out of hand that events and establishments have to make public announcements and have to create dress codes in order to tame people who just refuse to wear clothes and people who don't understand how to carry themselves, and in particularly those who don't know how to carry themselves at certain places, certain events. If you want to dress inappropriately at your own home, which, you know, in your home you can do what you want, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to not wear any clothes or wear your butt cheeks out and all that in the comforts of your own home, then by all means do so. But when you're out in public and you're going to certain events where there are going to be different types of people there, then you have to know how to present yourself. You got to understand what's appropriate and what is not. And so I think it's just sad that you got to tell grown people this, that it's not something that they already understand. And if we're going to be honest about it, it's really a lot of us. It's usually Black women who are out here dressing like this for the most part. They may not be the only ones, but they're the ones at the forefront of this. And it just gives other people more things to talk about and another category to keep putting us all in when this is not the reality for all Black women. All Black women don't move this way. All of us don't act this way. We know how to present ourselves. It's not everybody, but the ones who go out there, they make it bad for everybody else. And so once again, you have to understand what's appropriate and what's inappropriate, depending on where you are, what type of event you're going to. You have to read the room, understand that you just can't wear these types of clothing any and everywhere you go. People were surprised that they were able to put a dress code in this rapidly, because they were getting so much backlash of these women coming out here just dressing like 304s and not recognizing or caring that they're little children, that they're all people around, and everybody don't want to see your ass cheeks. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Man, when we mess something up, man, we mess up something good for everybody. So now it's been announced on the news today. It was announced yesterday, but I seen it on the news today, Texas News, that the Houston Rodeo is implementing a new dress code because of all the things that's recently happened this rodeo of 2026. You guys know how long the rodeo has been around, man. Rodeo's been around before a lot of y'all was even born, thought of, before y'all moms and dads was even born. But in 2026, we had to just go mess it up. Now with all of the weird stuff that's going on down there with our own people, it's always us, man. It's always us that take something good and mess it up. That's the reason why a lot of the clubs in the neighborhoods are closed down, because people are moving their clubs to different cities and states, because there's always something going on at the clubs with our people that's messing up the whole entire establishment. You take the Houston Rodeo, for example, a multi-billion-dollar-a-year company, multiple vendors there, small children, farmers, church people, like judges, lawyers, people in high places, and we got to go down there with little bitty skimpy little shorts on so the little bitty kids can see the stuff, man. We take something so good and mess it up, and then we do this stuff and act like it's cute, and then we get online bragging about how good we was looking, how I'm a baddie. You're not a baddie. A baddie don't have to do all that. If a person claims that they're a baddie, you don't have to do all that extra stuff to get attention, being thirsty. Nobody really cares about that stuff. But the thing is, now the Houston Rodeo is implementing a new dress code. Whatever happened to just a nice pair of shorts, a pair of cowboy boots, and a nice little cowboy hat? Or a nice pair of jeans, even though it's hot sometimes, a nice pair of jeans, a nice pair of shorts or something. So now the rodeo is saying, no, we're not going for that anymore. You know, I know the rodeo want to say a lot of stuff, but they can't legally say it without getting in trouble. But I can say it. It's our people, man. It's always our people that's taking something and messing it up good, messing up something so good. And I really don't care what nobody say. If you offended by what I say, then you're one of the ones I'm talking about.
You could be sexy without being harsh. With a hard. You know, I'm not understanding why everybody just feel like it's so shocking that Black men and Black women were speaking about the dress code at the rodeo. My thing is, every Black woman don't dress like no, and every Black man don't like women that dress like. I don't know, like y'all are openly like accepting the propaganda that they pushing to y'all on TV, like with baddies and all this other stuff. Every woman ain't out here wearing cool smothering shorts and sheer clothes, and every man ain't accepting it. A lot of Black men have Black daughters, okay? I'm not understanding why y'all like, oh, the Black people, when they're the ones, yeah, but all Blacks not the same. What are y'all not getting? All Blacks are not the same.
Right. And that's what I try to stress and talk about. We are not all the same. And this is why, you know, we don't all want to be put in one boat. We're not all the same. We're not all ratchet and ghetto and promiscuous and just, you know, whorish. Every Black woman is not like that. And every Black man is not running to that. But it looks like the ones that are is at the forefront. They're the ones they're the representation of the Black community. So this is why Black people are all put in the same boat. All Black women are just this. Oh my God, they don't know how to act. They got a problem. It's always them. But it's not all of us. And I think for the ones that see this foolishness, we speak out on it. And some people are shocked. Like, oh my God. Well, no, don't be shocked. We're not all the same. And a lot of us think that this is deplorable behavior. All of it. I do not condone this whorish type of environment that a lot of these women are putting themselves in. I think it's reckless. I don't think that is good at all. While, yeah, as an adult, you can wear what you want to wear, but why? Just, you got to ask yourself, why are you choosing to look like a 304? Why do you want to put yourself in that position? Why do you want to be looked at as less than by presenting yourself in such a manner? Why wouldn't you want to present yourself in an upstanding, respectable manner so that you get the respect that you feel you deserve? Why is it that the ones who want the utmost respect from everybody are the ones who put in the least effort to present themselves in such a way? And you don't have no regard for anybody else. It's a selfish mentality. It's all about you. What you want to do, you don't give a goddamn about nobody else's kids, nobody else. No, you don't care about your own kids. And now you're creating the same cycle with your kids because your kids are accustomed to how you act, how you move, how you dress, what you do. And they think that it's normal. So then they start to implement it. They see no problem with it. So now they want to dress like you. And the cycle continues. So I just, when I hear people say, oh, it doesn't matter what you wear and how you, yes, it does. Yes, it does. And it always has. And then not only that, it's like they don't know. Everything is a whole day. Every day is let's show some TNA. Everything, everywhere you go. Let's go to the movies. Let's just put it on display. Let's let them see what I got, what I'm working with. Everywhere you go. It doesn't make any sense, y'all. It doesn't. Let's continue.
I had in college, I used to wear short shorts and crop tops and all that until the building leader, our house mom, Kirsten Blankenship. If you ever see this girl, Kirsten threw at us the 50-50 rule, and I've been living by that since. And it's simple, it's not hard. People are choosing to wear these things, okay? If you're gonna have your ass out, cover up them okay? I'm not telling you to dress like a nun. We can't control how you dress. But there's a difference between Houston daytime activities with families and children and Houston nightlife. And y'all are trying to make them collide. There's no colliding, okay? 50-50 rule. You had that ass out, come on, cover them up. If you're gonna wear your titties and be revealing at the top, at least put some on at the bottom. You can be sexy without being whorish. With a hard that just is what it is. And y'all act like, oh, the blacks are saying something about it. Yeah, because all blacks are not the same. You got blacks and then you got niggas. And then you got the ERers. But we ain't gonna go there. This is not that conversation. But just, have some decorum.
I'm outside at the rodeo and a new ick has been unlocked. When you see a girl with shorts on or a skirt and the bottom of her ass cheeks are hanging out of the skirt or shorts, that's an ick. Why do you need attention that bad?
Y'all done cut up at them people rodeos so bad they had to implement a dress policy. Let's talk about it. Now, my OG followers already know if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. If you're not following the Black Zest Society, please make sure to do so. This is a space in which pop culture and money meet. Now, let's talk about the Texas rodeo. I have been seeing some little yah online about what's going on down there in Texas because people are putting boots and cheeks on the ground, and the girls have been talking on the internet. Things have gotten so bad down there with people having full cheeks on display that the Houston Rodeo just came out with a new dress policy. And the policy, y'all know I got my notes, you know how I do over here. And the policy states the following, that in order for you to enjoy the rodeo, emphasis on rodeo, it's not a hodeo, folks. This is not a hoedown. This is a rodeo. You cannot wear any objectionable material. You cannot wear any excessively torn items. You cannot have any visible undergarments. You cannot have any excessive skin showing. Also, you cannot have any tattoos that are gang affiliated. What in the world? This just reminded me of what was going on in Disney World a few years ago. Disney, if you remember, about a year or two ago, had to implement a dress policy too, because the girls, and I'm going to say girls, okay, or women, whatever, were coming in there with these high up tennis skirts with the booty hanging out and the cheeks on display. And I just want to say this. I understand, especially when you're young and you want to give them something to look at. But there is a time and a place for everything. And I don't blame those people down there at the Houston Rodeo for putting this policy in place. It's sad because I feel like it's targeted, and I know who it's targeted to, and a hit dog gonna holler.
Yeah, we know who it's targeted to. Black women, because they're the ones who are doing this. And you might see one or two non-Black women out there with something high shorts, but it's the majority of Black women. It is. We see it. And it's like they're compelled to put their bodies on display, and they don't see anything wrong with it. And I do agree with her. Listen, while you can't tell people how to dress, well, these people are telling you how to dress because you won't be able to come into their establishments, come into their events dressing that way. So you're going to have to tame it down. You're going to have to dress appropriately and if you want to enter. And I know a lot of them ain't going to like it. Don't have an attitude, they have a problem instead of understanding what's going on. And yeah, it's unfortunate that this is happening because it doesn't have to happen. If there is a time and a place for everything, like if you want to go out to the club and the club, you can wear that in the club and that's just your thing, okay. But when you're at daytime events where it's families and children and things that way, put some clothes on. I don't understand why that's so difficult to understand. I don't. But you get so used to doing things a certain way and you just think you're right and then everybody else is wrong and you're always right. And then when people start, putting their foot down and creating standards, then everybody got a problem. And so, once again, I don't think the rodeo is going to miss out on any money or anything like that. If by putting this dress code in place, it's just going to weed out the people who don't want to follow directions, people who don't want to adhere to other people's standards. Because look, if you want to dress like a 304 in your regular life, go ahead. But when you go into other people's establishments or events, then you have to follow their rules. That's just simple. But I just don't understand the mentality of people who think that they could do this anywhere they go. We've seen incidents about people dressing inappropriately on the airplane. That they say that, I don't know if they have a policy, but it's just like, what is the obsession with that? I don't understand it. I really don't. And I understand wanting to feel good and wanting to be sexy and things of that nature, but you can definitely feel good and be comfortable and look sexy while still being covered up. That concept somehow is lost with a lot of these women. But yeah, it especially Black women, because those are the ones that stand out. And we see it a lot with our women. And it's always a bad look. I don't care how you try to flip it, and change it around and make it something okay. It's not. Let's continue.
It's just sad that this policy had to be put in place. This is a family event, folks. And if you were taking your kids there, I know if I was taking a child there, I don't want to see your BBL, okay? I don't want to see Big Moose on display. There is a time and a place for everything. Take that to the club, okay? The Texas Rodeo, where people are coming to enjoy family entertainment, is not the time and the place. But anyway, that's what's going on down in the Lone Star State, that they are saying that the girls are turning the rodeo into the hodeo. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Do you think it's targeted? Do you think it's fair? What's your thoughts on the matter? If you found value in this post, don't forget to follow the Black Desk Society for more desk talk.
And I'm walking around the rodeo and I'm thinking to myself, the rodeo then became the bootio. I done seen so many women walking around here as cowgirls wearing booty shorts all the way up to their booty, cheek shorts, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, damn, is we at the strip club or is we at the rodeo? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't complaining. This is a beautiful sight to see. Ladies, y'all look good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I love it. I love it. But come on, man, we got children walking around here. We got kids walking around here, man. You know what I'm saying? What you supposed to tell your kids when you got a woman walking around with her ass all out as a cowgirl and they be like, Mommy, Daddy, why that girl got her butt all out? Like, what you supposed to tell them? You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rodeo has become the bootio.
Right. But they don't give a damn about that. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about what the kids see there. It is nothing to them. And it's probably nothing to their kids if they have kids. But other people have respect and want to shield their kids from that. You know what I mean? We don't want to over-sexualize our kids or have our kids wondering what somebody's booty cheeks are out for and why they're dressed like that, tits. We don't want our young boys to be looking at that. They don't need to be exposed to that. But a lot of these people don't care. They don't understand the importance of that. They don't give a damn. But this is why that dress code was implemented. So now you can go to the rodeo, bring your kids, and don't have to worry about that. Let's continue.
I saw a couple ladies on here talk about how next year and moving forward at the Houston Rodeo, there needs to be a dress code because of some of the outfits that I was wearing. And I just want to say that they absolutely right. Y'all showed y'all ass, literally. I genuinely think y'all forgot the whole purpose. It's a carnival. Who does carnivals appeal to? Kids. It's no reason that 75% of your ass should be out your shorts at a carnival, bro. There's so many places in Houston where you can go and get that same outfit off at. Why are you doing it around kids? Around elderly people? Nobody want to see that, bro. Tighten up.
Well, would you look at this? Houston Rodeo announces new dress code effective immediately. This can be denied entry or removed for inappropriate clothing, obscene graphics, excessively torn clothing, visible undergarments, or overly revealing fits. Also, no gang-related clothing, symbols, or tattoos, and no face coverings. The officials say the goal is to keep the event family-friendly and safe. One, that should tell y'all how bad it got. If they had to make a change mid-rodeo to the dress code, you know what they were seeing was crazy. And I was seeing videos and pictures of all the fits, and I'm like, Wow, for a family-friendly event, this is a lot. And I for sure knew that the fits were crazy when mostly women were saying, okay, yeah, this is too much. Because usually women are a little bit more lax with the dress code and stuff like that. It's like, hey, let people wear what they want. But even this year, I seen a lot of women like, nah, there was a lot going on at the rodeo this year. So we gonna see if they actually enforce it, if they're able to enforce it. But it seems like they're really gonna crack down on these outfits these next few weeks.
I am not surprised to see that so many people, especially black men, come out and talk about the dress code that's being implemented at the Houston Rodeo. A couple years ago, I was at a graduation at Norfolk State University. I think it was around May, something like that. And, you know, I went in, had on a suit and tie because a friend of ours was graduating. And we're outside at the stadium, sitting, beautiful weather, right? But it wasn't anything, you know, too hot, too cold. It was nice weather. And this young lady gets up, she goes to where the rail is at to take pictures, but you could see what she had on was something that was fitting for a club, not a graduation. And me as a man, when I'm looking around and then I catch a glimpse of her, I say something to the extent of, come on, bruh, you're at a graduation. And literally everybody in my section started cracking up, and one of the ladies said that you know it's bad when you have men saying that you need to dress appropriately for the occasion at hand. I love just as much as the next man, all right? I adore women, you hear me? Nothing better on the planet for me as a man than a woman, right? God has blessed you guys with all the right assets, if you know what I'm saying, all right? But there is a time and place to dress appropriately, all right? You ladies going to the Houston Rodeo with booty cheeks out, titties out, you got kids there. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? And you know it's bad. Again, to reiterate what most of the people in my section at the graduation was saying, that it's bad when you got men that are saying it. Right? It's like, yo, I love it, but I don't want to see that right now. I'm at a graduation. We're here to celebrate the graduates. We're here to take in the moment, right? And I think at the time, the guy Nate Parker, he gave the I can't think of the term right now, but he was a speaker, and he did fantastic. All right, shout out to Nate Parker. But man, I'm like, yo, I love my people. I love my brown skinned brothers and sisters. But our sisters, y'all gotta understand, nobody wants to see booty cheeks and titties at every event, at every function. It's like, come on, man. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I want our people to do better. You know, I really do. I love being black. I love being black. All right, I love my black women. I adore them. You hear me? But y'all gotta do better, ladies. Please do better.
Listen, no lies detected. Oh my God. No lies detected once again. And I think that's the misconception a lot of these people have when you speak out on this type of behavior, that oh my God, you don't like us. No, the reason we speak on it is because we do care. We I love being a black woman. I'm a black woman. I have black daughters. I have black sons. I have a black husband. I have black family members. I love black people, but some of the behavior is just out of order. And if we don't tell you that it is, who else is going to tell you? If we don't try to correct our own people in ways that we see is out of pocket, who else is supposed to do it? And you could say it with love. You could say it in a nice way. It's still not received because people are in their own world. They're in their own individual world where they feel like, hey, I can do whatever the hell I want. Nobody gonna tell me nothing, even if it's offensive, even if it's not good, even if it's out of order, even if it's not a good look. They take offense to anything that you tell them. So it's like, man, so now the people gotta do things to put you in order, and then they don't like it. So a lot of people would rather not go to the event because of the dress code. I wouldn't be surprised if people start saying they're not going next year, they're not gonna patronize it. Why? Because these people have standards and they want to hold you accountable to say, no, we have standards. We don't want our rodeo that we've been doing for years and years to go down the drain. We have kids. We don't want to be represented in this way. Hey, we just need you to put on some clothes. You can put on a tank top and some jeans. You can wear some jean shorts, but they're not the ones where everything hanging out. The cowboy boots and your cowboy hat and look just as cute. But no, they want to come and do the most, and nobody can tell you anything. And they don't see that is inappropriate, because a lot of these women, unfortunately, are used to dressing that way. They're used to dressing like 304s. They're used to that culture and that climate, and so it's just a normal thing for them to do that, no matter where they are. They don't have a sense of, oh, what's appropriate or what's not appropriate, because that's appropriate for them all the time. This is how they like to dress all the time. And so when they take that outside of their own realm to other situations or other, other dynamics, it's confusing. Why I can't, you know what I mean? When you start implementing standards and things to hold them accountable, that why, well, this is not to them, it's not inappropriate. They don't see anything wrong with their butt cheeks out and their tits out and everything hanging. See-through clothing. Hell, some of them wear a bra and drawers with a sheer top over it and go out and think that with some boots and think that's cute. And don't have no sense of self or any concern about anybody else and who's out there. You're not going to like I said, a nightclub or a stripper bar or whatever, where that might be appropriate, where they're looking to see all of that. No, but you're going to a family event. And I don't know if y'all have family events. I don't want a family event, people coming to a family event where family is there, where your kids are there and all of your people are there with somebody coming there with all their body hanging out. No, that's unacceptable, baby. And the first thing you'll start hearing is, oh my God, if you insecure, oh my God, if it's bothering you. No, it's inappropriate, period. That's it. It's like you wouldn't wear a bathing suit to a baseball game, right? Because it's inappropriate. You're at a baseball game. You're at a rodeo, so you should dress the part. And coming out with everything out is just inappropriate, period. But yeah, I just think it's crazy, but you definitely gonna get some pushback. You're definitely gonna hear women complaining about it because they don't see anything wrong with it. But if everybody else is telling you, hey, that's a problem, baby, you need to learn how to dress appropriately just in general, and you don't see that, then you are the problem. And this is what we see in a lot of our communities. This is what we see amongst our women specifically. And yeah, we like to talk about the men, but this is not a man issue. This is specifically an issue of women. Women are the ones who are carrying this on, and they're the ones who need to change it. But we can't change people. You're going to be who you're going to be, but at least have some type of discretion and understanding that when you go to other events or other places where people don't dress like that, when that's not their thing, you need to conform to that for their event. Now, when you get outside of that, you can do what you want. Dress all 3 or 4 hoish if you want, but you can't carry that into other people's establishments. That's all I'm saying. You got to be mindful of other people's standards because everybody's standards are not the same. Everybody is not comfortable with what you are comfortable with. So you have to be mindful of that. That's all I'm saying. But listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments, y'all. Hype up the video. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.